Hey, you're not supposed to eat caps. Today is finally gonna be reveal day. Alright guys, I am back for round 2 of this video finally. A couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks now ago, I posted a picture of a project car that I was getting. And maybe might have mentioned it in my last video. So today is finally gonna be reveal day. And go out and show you guys that right now. First, tell you how the Puppers is doing. Puppers is doing great, aren't you, girl? But now she is, hey, come here. Come here. As you can see, she's three-legged Puppers now. She is doing excellent. If you watched the video last week, you would have seen what happened to her. She jumped off the boat and she struck the prop. And she got really lucky. We got her to the vet in time, luckily, and she didn't bleed out. But she is doing really good. She is happy as can be. All right, giraffes. Hey, girl. Dog's literally the sweetest dog. All right. First off, who's got guesses on what it is? Whenever I've talked about getting another car, everybody's always like, Josh, you should move away from Subaru. You should get something that's not a 4-cylinder. You should get something with a V8, something that you can put a little bit of money into and get big power out of it. Well, I would love to do that. Would absolutely love to do that. But I have 3 payments already on toys. So I got the jet ski side by side, and my small loan. So I'm really not in the position to do something like that right now. Yeah, I probably could. Do I want to? No, I don't want a 4th payment on a toy. Also, with that said, this thing was gifted to me. When I say gifted to me, I didn't pay a penny for this. I didn't want to originally do that, but everything just kind of fell into place, and just that's how it happened. So, you guys ready? Like any of you are even surprised right now. So, quick history behind this thing. This started out as my buddy Ben's car. He got it around 12 years ago, and I had always wanted it at that time. Within the past 4 or 5 years, he kind of lost interest in it, and it's just been sitting in his garage. That's why, you know, you can see it's pretty dusty. It's pretty dirty. It's gonna need a good bath. But it doesn't really need a lot of stuff. The biggest problem with this thing right now is the crankshaft. I'll actually take this off so you guys can see it. But if you look on the crank itself, you check out the keyway there. Right here on this side, it's worn away and gone this way. So because of that, what's happened with this, because the keyway has bent and the slot in the crank has slightly bent on one side, crank timing gear is now slightly always off. It's always physically off, so the timing is never 100% correct. And he even had it on the dyno, and it made like, I think, 330 wheel horsepower, and it's capable of way more. Since I am, you know, a welder, what I will end up doing is on this side, mainly on the inside right here, where it's worn out, I'm just going to add a little bit of filler material to this. I do have the proper welding wire for this. And then what I'll do is I'll slide the keyway in, and I'll grind away just little by little until that keyway fits perfectly in there and sits perfect. Because this side over here is not worn out, it's still perfect. So as long as it sits snugly on the inside, I already have a new timing gear for it. If it sits snugly in there and everything goes in, the timing gear goes over smoothly and lines up with the keyway, that's going to be fixed and all good to go. Because otherwise, if I can't do that, then I'm going to have to tear this block apart and replace the crank, and I really don't want to do that because this block's pretty well built. The block is actually a build by Out Front Motorsports. Most of the time, everybody's IAG. But out front is still top of the line. They're out of California. If I had the money, if this needed a short block, yeah, I'd probably go with an IAG stage 1 or something. But there's nothing wrong with this block except for that crank, which I can fix. The short block's got forged rods, forged pistons. I don't know what kind of bearings it has. Ben can't remember. It's either ACL or King. Probably ACL, because back at that time, ACL was more popular. King has kind of taken over as far as that. Other thing with this car, we're pretty sure that it was a flagship car for Perrin back in the time, because not just because of the sticker, but there's a lot of parts on this that you could not get from Perrin. The sway bar links, suspension components in the back are Perrin parts that you couldn't get back then. You can't get them now. And then just a couple things under the hood. This thing, you can't get this, and you never could get it. It's a signature series. I'm not sure whose signature it is, but I really would like to know. If anybody has any idea, anybody in the comments have an idea of if this actually was legit, I'd like to know, because we couldn't figure it out at the time. Like I said, you couldn't buy it. So, and then there was other stuff on this thing, and most of it's gone now. The only downfall is that quarter panel rust. I am going to try and fix it, because as you can see, it's not great. It's pretty bad. And since I am going to daily this, it needs to be fixed. It's even bubbling right there. Get it focus here. Yeah, you can see it. It's not great. There's a little bit on the front fender right here. A little bit of bubbling, but this is easy. That can be replaced easy because, you know, bolt on and stuff. So how I ended up with this, Ben had been trying to actually sell this to me for like the past 5 years. So he texted me like, I think a month ago, and he said, hey, I'm giving you the STI. And I was like, are you drinking right now? Because that doesn't make sense. Nope, sure enough, he was completely sober. He goes, nope, I'm giving you the STI. He had pretty much lost interest in it, and I told him, I was like, dude, I cannot take this car from you for free. He pretty much gave me the choice. He said either I take it or it was gonna get crushed. So I was like, okay, yep, I will take it. Am I unhappy about it? No, I'm definitely not unhappy about it. I've always wanted an actual STI. I mean, yes, I mean, my car may be fully swapped and everything, but, you know, the VIN tag still says a WX, and I've gotten so much shit from that from certain people that if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. Assholes. I can't wait to actually get to rip this thing in the wintertime, because I haven't been able to experience DCCD in the wintertime. I don't really take the WX out in the snow at all, like maybe one time at the beginning of the winter, and then it goes away because I'm trying to preserve it. Because it's not great, you know, it's got the rust. So luckily this is going to Vermont in probably late fall to my buddy Seth Alari. He works at Vermont Sports Car. Me and him have been good buddies for a while. He wants to really make this thing survive. So he's going to be fixing all the rust on it, probably painting it, putting the Carlton fender flares on it that I have for it. And then it's never getting driven in the winter ever again. I would like to ask though, if any of you guys know where I can get an OEM front bumper, OEM side skirts, and OEM rear bumper, please let me know in the comments. As much as I loved this, it is 2023, and I would love to keep this, but the look is just a little too Tokyo Drift for me. I'd like to just get an OEM front bumper, side skirts, and rear bumper if I can. The paint code's 18L, so it's not Obsidian Black Pearl. But I would trade with somebody if you guys want this look. I would literally make the drive down there and trade both bumpers and the side skirts, as long as they're in decent shape. I know this bumper looks dirty as hell, but it's just been sitting for a long time, and it's actually pretty clean underneath all that dust. So once this thing's on the road, it's gonna get a really, really, really good cleaning and all that stuff. As far as other mods that this has, that is a legit Sibian carbon fiber hood. It's actually in really, really, really good shape. A Garrett GTX something turbo, I can't remember, but ball bearing, billet wheel, spool stupidly fast. Sport block's rated for almost 700 horsepower. With the amount of power that I already have in my WRX. We're in the 600 range. I'll know for sure when I get it tuned in September. Finally, thank God. But I don't want two built cars. I want this one for a little bit more reliability. I know that's kind of crazy to say with a Subaru, but my Legacy thing's got 240,000 miles on it, and the engine has, I don't know, 120-ish. The reason I lost the short block in that car is because I was an idiot, pulled a rookie mistake, and I let it get low on oil. Because it doesn't burn oil at all, but I just completely lost track of the mileage, and I went like 10,000 miles, and whoops. I forgot, checked the dipstick, and it was like 2 quarts low. Anyway, guys, so just that's it for today. Yeah, I'll post more on the STI when I make some progress on it. I'm not gonna be doing much today because it's my anniversary weekend with the wifey, and we're gonna be heading out of here to do some stuff. So I'll probably start working on it a couple weekends. Once I get that crank fixed, it's gonna go back together pretty quickly, and I'm just gonna have to get it tuned. Please, as always, like this video, help it move up, help the algorithm, because it's really hard trying to start out and make videos because you just get no views, especially when you go on a hiatus for a while. I was getting like almost 1,000 views on some of them, but now I'm getting like 75, 100 because I didn't post for so long. So it is what it is. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, have a freaking awesome day. Boom!